He doesn't. Whoa, hold up.
Oh, hello, Port Harcourt. With Jude on the.
This morning, get into business as always. Thursday on the office, we'll talk about business issues, yada, yada, yada. Some trends that are going on around Port Harcourt and indeed around Nigeria. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Now, remember a few weeks ago, I did tell you we found a wallet. It was brought to our studios on a Sunday morning. And since then, that's about 3 weeks now. Since then, we've had about four individuals who have come through looking for their wallets, trying to give description. Unfortunately, it wasn't the wallet that was sent to us, from the lost and found, box. It wasn't that. Now, I want to encourage you to continuously send in those types of items, missing bags and whatnot. You can bring them to us. It's at Plaza 60 East West Road, Room C. You cannot say, all right, very lovely little building, great. You can't miss it. Drop it at the gate. Tell them you found this one. Why would you be offended if I'm asking pay $5? Somewhere else. It's $1. No problem. Listen, and gentlemen, let me tell you something. When I was in my very first for said, it's so exactly this I will mark on their own front. They do the nice thing very well. In fact, the worst foreign currency in Africa, many in FX is primary. Absolutely. However, it's a grab. Will not migrate to America, US. Never happen. Back in the 1400s, all the Europeans will not. You need to make it aware is the very best place for. Look for money online in foreign currency is not a crime. But this is where some people have been blinded by blood loss of some. Some of you are sorry in exchange. You think that, okay, you are saving money, and so that when the naira depreciates, you now have more money to go to the market to buy more. It's a lie. In the immortal words of Chief Zebediah alias Fortassi, foul. You are not deceiving anybody. You are not improving anybody. Nothing. Yes, you'll probably be able to buy things at the market, but if you look at your purchasing power, it is still reduced. It is still reduced. So, on this Pokey Talk station this morning, I ask you, how do we curb the demand for FX? Where some people inside this Nigeria, inside this Port Harcourt, will be telling you, you want me to do this, your proofreading, you will pay me $10 inside Nigeria? No, now. You've not heard of EFCC, you've not heard of CBN, they can call you and you pay them a visit, and you sit down in their rooms and they interrogate you. It's a crime if you haven't heard. Yes, we do know that for some sectors, some of the products that they will sell to you will be paid for in dollars. Take, for example, the oil sector. You want to buy an oil compression valve, a valve oil for some big machine or something. It's going to be brought from abroad because it's not made here. It's paid in dollars there. But on the ground, on the street, you don't pay the staff or all the oil companies in dollars. Say, take $250 as a salary. It's not done. It's not done. So why are some of you going all over the place with your chest? You're opening your chest. Yes, I make money in dollars in Nigeria. They've not caught you yet.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
As always, turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0007. We're talking about the demand for Forex, FX. And my question is, how do we curb? How do we get people not to demand for FX in Nigeria? Some of you have taken, like I said, it to the point where it's now a bloodlust. Once you're online, everywhere, your eyes, where can I make nobody says you shouldn't earn in foreign exchange. But inside the territorial borders of Nigeria, you are asking and demanding payments in FX, which, by the way, It's a crime. Just the same way you cannot walk down and say, oh, please pay me in Ghana cedis because I'm traveling to Ghana next week. It don't happen that way. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Ken, speaking to us from Ubumene. Ken, good morning.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, please.
Did I just hear you saying that the Naira is the worst currency in Africa?
No, it was performing a few months ago. It was regarded as one of the worst performing because of how quickly it lost value against the dollar. But it's on the uprise now.
Okay, as we are speaking now, how is the Naira safer and deceiving?
How is it safer?
Currently, yes. That's what I mean. The Naira, is it more than safer and the cedis of the Ghana?
Does that mean you should go to the market and ask for people to pay you in CFA or in Ghana cedis?
No, I want to know the state of our currency as I'm talking to you now. Because I know formally Naira is bigger than CFA and the cedis.
That was years ago, but things have obviously changed. Those countries have worked on their economy.
And what are we saying now about Nigeria?
Do you go, Ken? Do you go to the market and ask them to pay you in cedis or in CFA?
I don't do that.
Why then?
I believe in Nigerian currency. That's
exactly.
why I'm annoyed. I was annoyed, and I was not comfortable when I heard that some politicians use dollar for their elections.
Very good. You heard this story. Did you people report them?
I was heard that. I heard that we are an independent nation. Then how come we Nigeria start to be using that our colonial masters currency here in Nigeria again?
Ken.
So it's really, really disappointing.
It is disappointing. That's a very good question you asked. Did they report them? Oh, Zion from GRA. All right, this one here says, Jude, good morning. It's becoming a huge problem. You come and you ask, why are we doing this to ourselves? If we want to have a better economy, we need to start to grow the Naira. But that's what the government has been saying for years. Oh, grow the Naira, grow the Naira. Who grows the Naira if not Nigerians? We're going on a commercial break very shortly. When we come back, all right, Israel's on the line. Israel, I'm going to ask you to please bear with us. Call back after the break in about 5 minutes. Call back, and we would love to have a conversation with you this morning, Israel. So please bear with us, Israel. Okay. Now, the number for WhatsApp is 0809 030 6416. All right, making money in foreign exchange is not a bad idea. Everywhere in the world, everybody is doing it. The Australians are doing it. The French are doing it. Everybody wants to make extra money some way in another country that can make offset their debts. Nobody is doing. Well, Hello Potaka returns. and kobo. Right, it's gotten to the point where it's led to the increases of dealers complaints. Even the soft drink manufacturers have also made complaints that look, the demand for forex, right, is the scarcity of forex is pushing them to increase their prices all across board. Diesel, hit 1,000 naira a few weeks ago in some parts of the country. Petrol is 600 naira on average, 650, 670 some places on average. And in Bonny, it's 1,000 naira to buy petrol in Bonny, just in case you did not know. So all these things lead to increases in products and services. We know, not a problem. Now, we know that the CBN is working hard, fastidiously, to try and bring down, that demand. But the big question is, where is the demand coming from? And many analysts have said, well, Nigeria is a consumerist society. Almost everything that people like to use here, we import. We import television, we import vehicles, we now import fuel that we ought not to be importing. People import chairs, toothpicks. That was a joke back in those days. Where who knows? It's very possible that people are still importing toothpicks. The point here is this: because there is pressure on the little inflow of forex via petroleum sales, more people, are demanding for, the dollars so that they can buy their products and come into this country and sell to you and I at, in quote, inflated prices. Oh, there's also the problem of government policy as well, with the demurrage and the clearance fees for vehicles. All those things come into play. So how then do we reduce the demand for FX? Particularly as some of you have started inside this country demanding for dollar payment for your services inside Nigeria. Absurd, indeed. Oh, is it? I don't know. But, it's not making anything nice.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Well, we have Zion on the line from GRA. Zion, good morning to you, please. Welcome.
Good morning to you, Jude. The media is not helpful to the development of Nigeria. The media is one of the people that is causing problem in this country. The media is not sincere to their populace. The media is biased in their reportage. Only report what they feel or they were ordered to do, and not what is on ground. I guess you are apprehensive now.
I'm listening to you. It's part of our job.
The way you got apprehensive, other listeners from the journalism world and media environment are apprehensive, that is what is happening to Nigeria and the dollar and the naira. The people that should stop the dollar, not to defeat the naira, are the people benefiting from the dollar and its environment. Just like the way they were apprehensive when I talk about the media, because they are media men and women. See, few months ago, I promulgated a theory that will defeat the dollar in the FX market. Few organizations replied to me. I had a chat with them. But I'm waiting for the central bank to reply me. Up to today, the central bank have not replied me.
You wrote to the Central Bank of Nigeria?
I am telling you, yes,
Indeed.
My name is Mr. Zion from Port Harcourt. Even financial organizations, on a Sunday, they book appointment with me for interview. See, let me be honest to you. For now, the naira will suffer in the FX market. I want to reiterate it here. Any step the Nigerian government venture to fight the dollar or to stabilize the dollar in the FX market, give them 3 days, the naira will crash.
Why so pessimistic? Wait, hold on, Zion. Right. Apart from the fact that we need to ask you why you are so pessimistic, the main question we asked this morning is this: how do we reduce the demand? Because
for now you cannot reduce it. You cannot. Do you know that even grade level 14, a Nigerian civil servant, NLC member, their children school abroad, most of them? I am telling you that over 100 million Nigerians are depending on the dollar. Over 50 million Nigerians, as I'm talking to you, have what we call offshore accounts. What does that tell you?
Those claims cannot be verified, Zion. Those are huge numbers you just quoted.
You see, that is why I talk about the media. See, this morning you brought in this topic for me to challenge the status quo. Listen to me carefully, sir. Until we give that instrument and that policy to protect the naira. In 1983, how much was a dollar to a naira? How much demand was a naira for the dollar? I will discuss today. Go to any political rally by FPC and PDP, they share dollar. Who is sharing the dollar?
Interesting.
Is it the spirit? Even the EFCC is among those causing this problem. ICPC is among those causing this problem. But they will not tell you the truth. You know why I'm angry this morning? Because people are suffering because of few people's interest. And people will now blame, it is the politicians. Sir, I am not talking to defend the politician because I'm also a politician. But I'm trying to tell you that we Nigerians are the problem. Our pride and hunger for the dollar is too much. Few days ago, I asked the CME, Canada, why do we have, or why the Americans tell you, for you to do business with us, get offshore accounts? And I want to pose this question to also professors in economics in the whole Nigeria that is listening to me. Why are you having forex as an offshore account before you send your children abroad? Before you buy products? Before you do this, as long as the dollar is involved, you must have offshore account. Why? Nobody can answer. And this morning, I want to place a money, 20,000. Anybody that can answer this, I will give you that money, including professors in economics. Until we as a people,
interesting,
maybe 20,000 too small, I will make it 50,000 naira. In 3 days, 72 hours from today, anybody that can answer this question, I will give you 50,000.
So let me ask you, Zion, what if they answer this question and you don't like the answer?
No, not like. Professionals should also look at, when you had your debate, professional listening, they gave you the answers. People wanting to debate gave you the answers, is it not so? And you that anchor that program, if for nothing, you got involved into debate issues and the rest when you were little growing up, is it not so? So if I give a response that is biased, they will say, no, Mr. Zion, you are wrong. Was it not 3 days I challenged the status quo, the interest of the NLC? And on the later day, we had a conversation and I made a comment when the NLC started that just one day, somebody told Canada, is it not Mr. Zion that said NLC? They called me out. Is it not so? I love that kind of environment, big challenge. But today, as I tell you, your president is even involved making this dollar to rise while the naira should die. Because he has businesses abroad. Your president. So tell me, when what is killing or eating the cola nut is eating cola nut, how can you treat the cola nut? Before I leave the floor, sir, number one, the CBN must come out with a standard policy that every Nigerian that has offshore account, close that account, number one. Before I leave the floor, sir, your central bank governor is also among the people killing the naira in the FX market. Where did he school? Where in school? Who are in school? Who are they deceiving? He's not even competent to be the governor of the CBN.
Really?
I'm telling you, he's CV disqualified him. But because in this part of the world we don't I leave the floor, sir, I'm a proponent of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I speak on that premise. Our problem is inward. Until we have become compatriots of this country called Nigeria, you walk on the street, they don't march to, their eyes don't go inside, their jaw. People are walking and soliloquizing how to pay debt. Let me stop here, Mr. Zaki.
All right, that was a very engaging conversation this morning. Let's get to WhatsApp now and read your comments on the subject matter. 0809-030-6416. Destiny in Port Harcourt says, first of all, our politicians use dollars for election. Isn't that a crime in Nigeria? And right now we have to grow our naira. But I still see people who trade in forex asking others to pay them in foreign currency. Right now, I am sure that this set of FX traders are angry at you for this topic, but it must be discussed because we cannot continue to be greedy and end up bringing our own economy down just because we want to use foreign currency. Jude, we are trying to challenge what has become a norm in the exchange market right now, which is dollar on our economy. We can't reduce the demand for it because no one wants to trust the naira again. Most Nigerians are too greedy, and we can't even notice that we are the ones doing this to ourselves. Thank you. All right, let's get on here. Good morning, Jude. Nigerians should know that dollar, pound sterling, and other foreign currencies are not legal tender in Nigeria. It is only the naira that is recognized as legal tender in Nigeria. John Wagugu with that. Once again, that's a reiteration of what I said. You should not demand, whether it's online or offline, as long as you are operating in Nigeria and you're meant to be collecting money from a Nigerian. You know, when we had this conversation, people said, okay, look, if I'm on an international platform, right, and like I said earlier on, the first time I did a writing job online and I got paid, the money that was given to me was paid in dollars, right? It was in an escrow account. But when the money was sent to me in my account, in Nigeria, it was paid in its naira equivalent, not in dollars. Now, I know some of you have what do you call them, domiciliary accounts these days in naira, dollars, and in dollars, pounds, and what's the other one? Euros. Aha, yes, you have them, right? And from what I know, it's not against the law. But the question really is the demand. Why are you demanding foreign exchange in Nigeria? Why? You see, what used to be, a means of, having transactions, for international purposes has now become like a bane. And some of you are making a very proud, comment about this. Open your chest. You can earn in dollars. I don't think there's anything. Look, like I said, Australians do it. The British do it. The Swiss do it. They work online. They get paid in dollars, but they don't demand dollars in their country. Why are you doing so? Why are you doing so? That's the big question I'm asking this morning. Let's go to social media now. Facebook and X. Good morning, Ibia David. By the way, the handle is at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. Good morning, Jude. Say, may God help us. Nigerians were really the cause of our problems. Adi Orji, OKCC says, please, politicians with bad economic policies is the genesis because of corruption. Because of corruption. Good morning, Jude. Was it not in this same River State sometime this year that a certain politician was arrested at night with huge sums of foreign exchange? What was he doing with that kind of amount in Nigeria at that time of the night? Going to where? Coming from where, Jude? We never had that investigation, which is a finality, if I'm very honest. These are the problems that we have. People going around using the foreign exchange to launder the nation's wealth. Until we put a stop to these people who have access to foreign exchange and indeed to the nation's wealth, people will continuously demand for foreign exchange to the detriment of the larger society. Good morning has put a gauntlet down. He says he gives 72 hours to anybody, any professor, all right, who can explain cogently to him, give the answer, why do people have foreign accounts and they're Nigeria? Why? Why? That's this question. Why do some Nigerians have foreign accounts abroad? And I remember him saying that, look, if the CBN is serious, that anybody who has to close, excuse me, I don't think that's impossible. Because it's the right, anyway. No economist here. I'm not. So let me not dabble and get myself burned. All right. My job, as always, is to ask the questions and you help us with the answers. But yes, we're talking about the demand for foreign exchange. Well, Calvin here says that good morning. This dollar issue is not just a Nigerian issue, it's a global issue. There are countries all around the world that are looking for alternatives to using dollar for their business. If you heard recently, there's a group called BRICS, BRICS. Oh yes, I think I have read about. Okay. All right. So the idea is the monopoly that the American dollar has over the international market should be broken down. That way, the ease of doing business becomes higher. Calvin says. Samson, good morning to you. Welcome, please.
Is that Jude?
Yes, please, Samson. Welcome.
That Comrade Samson calling from Ogal in the Lemek local government.
It's a pleasure to have you join us this morning.
Yes. In order to answer the question raised by what is his name?
Zion?
The question thrown to us now.
Yes, Zion.
I'm not after the money, but the question thrown to us.
Please be after the money.
Yes, but I'm not after the money, but I just want to answer it. I want to say that with the devaluation of Naira, and you have foreign accounts, if maybe from the time you open that account and you store in some dollars there, now that dollar is sold for maybe 500 per dollar. At a very short period of time, it increased to 1,200 naira. Is it not an addition? Have you not made value for it? So it's another way of making profit on your savings. And that is why you see a lot of them go into opening a foreign account, whatever the account that was said. So a lot of people are opening it because there is value on that account that you open.
Samson.
That is one.
Okay.
Then you know that our economy generally depends on dollar to survive. That is how bad it is. That Nigeria depends on dollar to survive. That is why you can see that dollar can sing so many songs, can vibrate as much in this country than even the America that has the dollar. Nigeria appreciate dollar. They worship dollar. Have you gone to all this nightlife and see how dollar is being displayed at nightlife? In our open market, look at how dollar is also being used in our open market.
I
can't talk about our political rallies and
I have not seen.
You see dollar being spent openly without minding that dollar is not the legal tender in Nigeria.
I haven't seen that.
Nigeria spend dollar without minding the offense that follows it.
All right, Samson, thank you very much. So I haven't seen anybody bring out dollars to buy gari or meat in the market. You say in the open market. Not have I seen anybody come to a shop, to buy his television with dollars. I haven't seen that. Right? I haven't seen that. But it must be said, and I think Samson's comment, indeed some of the comments I've read online, attest that a good number of the politicians have used the dollar at their political rallies. Now the question is, you, the electorate, did you collect? And if you collected, right, are you trying to tell us on international radio that the EFCC, the ICPC, even the DSS were not in the know, or even operatives from the CBN, they did not see, they did not get reports of some politicians, of some of you, even at weddings. In fact, I think I remember seeing a video sometime, was it last year or so, some weddings where people were bringing out let me assume they were fake notes, just for a show. Let's assume that that's what happened. But people have made comments that they've been to weddings where people were giving the US dollar $1, $2, and in some cases even $10 at their wedding. Why do that? Remember, we talked about the abuse of that. This is another way of abusing the naira. It is not a legal tender. Any foreign exchange, however nice looking, is not a legal tender. So you shouldn't use it to carry out economic activities in the country. Can you make money off it? Obviously. You can. No, it's not a crime. But to come, problem. All right, Jude, can you see and hear the reason why Nigerians have offshore accounts, according to your caller, is to make profit, to make profit as individuals, but in turn kill the Nigerian economy, which means the dollar will always defeat the naira. Mr. Zion has just sent a message. It says 72 hours. He's still waiting. 72 hours. Interesting. Offshore accounts. Once again, from what I know, the idea of having offshore accounts is not a bad one. People who have businesses in the UK, for example, have offshore accounts in Nigeria. That's an offshore account if you don't know. But anyway. Okay, all right, moving on. Fortune says, to answer Zion question for the poor, I think the reason why they have dollar accounts is simply to store it in bulk and wait for Naira to drop value, which is the same thing he said. You are expecting that your country's value will depreciate so that you can make money. And I told you earlier on, in the immortal words of Chief Zebediah last 4:30, foul. If the dollar appreciates against Naira, guess what? There's inflation. So if you have made 2,000 Naira off the money you put, you're not going to buy the Gary at the same price. It's going to increase. Penny wise, pound foolish, they say.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info.